Good morning, everyone. It is December 1st today, and we're still in holiday season. So I got another update for you guys on what's going on. Finally got a call back. That's pretty nice. Did the drug test, pass. Going Tuesday, tomorrow actually. I got to do my onboarding. It's a little far, but I'm going to do my best to get there. And then after I do onboarding tomorrow, I'll be working and turning a wrench over here at Mazda and Hyundai. Okay. So that's the good news, right? But, nothing's really changed other than that. Haven't heard nothing from my attorney. They're doing their work though. Just nothing's really changed. Nothing's changed. I'm not expecting any difference from that. Let's go into a little bit of how this time of year is rough for all of us and how the last, I don't know what you want to call it, guys, series of bad luck, series of unfortunate events, but every time of year around this time of year, it's pretty rough for me. And I'm going to tell you why. So this time last year, my brother, it was Halloween this time last year, and my eldest brother, he was locked up he wasn't locked up. Technically he was in and out, posted bail, got him out, got bail again, going back to jail, whatever, right? And then he was staying, we were roommating together. And big brother was staying at the house, and I didn't really understand at the time until I'm going through what I'm going through now. So like, big brother, like, I humbly apologize, dude. I didn't know, man. I assumed, but I don't like to assume. You know what they say, make an ass out of you and me. It was like 3 months and my brother couldn't get a job. And then come that weekend of Halloween, I get the text from the landlord. He's like, hey, I haven't got your other half of rent for like 3 months. If I don't have that coin by this weekend, you guys got to get the fuck out. I'm like, fuck, for real? And so, I'm pretty frustrated at work. It was like right before I took lunch too, so devastated. So I go home trying to keep composure, and then like holler at big brother. I'm like, got my shades on, going inside, cracking a beer, and just like trying to figure out like, how do I tell this to brother? And then he already got the message and shit, he was like, I got it too. And then I was just being honest. I'm like, damn, dog, that shit you did last month really fucked me. And that blew everything out of proportion. He got upset. I was getting upset. He got a little belligerent, broke shit. And it's, looking back, hindsight's always 2020. I freaking get it. Like, I do. I really do. Tomorrow I start work. I've been out of a job and a vehicle, mind you, since August 27th of this year. And what hurts the most is when I came back to Texas in April after going to Nebraska, I was doubling down on my car payments, doing 2 payments a month, paying my bills, paying shit to granddad, trying to get shit for the cabin. All of it just to blow up in my face because some dumbass kid born in 2005 totals my fucking car. I could have had all that money in the bank. I could have had all them extra car payments in the bank for an emergency or something. But no, I'm literally still broke. So that was last year, right? Last year, Halloween, going into Thanksgiving. The week after my brother burns off, I get the money, I hustle up and shit, I get the money. And do my best to stay there. That week after, my car battery takes a shit on me, which was okay because it was the original battery. Girl did good. The following week after that, I go to turn the car on and hit the clutch, hit the button. Clutch doesn't come back up. That's not good. That's not supposed to happen. So I had to drop my transmission and replace my freaking slave cylinder, clutch, and flywheel, and a whole freaking flush of the hydraulic system last Thanksgiving. That's how I spent my last Thanksgiving. And let's see, going back, that was 2024. Let's go back to 2023. 2023, that time of year, the second chick that I was taking seriously, Sabra, Raven, she burnt off, bro, about the same time around Halloween, going into Thanksgiving. And so I'm seeing like a little woodpecker right there on the post. So this time of year is always rough, man. Like, there's always freaking some kind of catastrophic or some kind of catastrophe, weird series of unfortunate events, bad luck, whatever have you, right? And so that time of year, I was down and out. I just stayed at the house. I was alone, solo. At least I had my car and shit. The year before that, let's say that was 2022. The year before that actually was an okay year. My ex and I were together. We spent the holidays together, and then she went to go see her parents. And at that time, I was still kind of like, fuck, dude, I don't know about serious relationships. My first kid's mom kind of really fucked me up in the head. And so she went over there, and then you know how it is when you don't go why don't you have your significant other here with you? They are talking all that trash, you know, so shame on me for that, but that's okay. That's okay. The year before that, 2021, I was alone that year, and we just started talking, and she was with her kinfolk, and I was like, you know, it's kind of the same how it is the year after. I'm like, I really don't know if I want to get attached and shit, because you're probably just gonna leave, to be honest with you. And so the year prior to that, 2020, is when the pandemic first came. That was a solo Thanksgiving again, and it was a little rough, not gonna lie. Going back to the year prior to that, 2019, it's the year I first came down here to Texas, and that was actually it was my last year of like normalcy. Money in my pocket, living on top of the world, had my little orange SRT4 neon, like trolling V8s all day in God's country, and fucking just trolling V8s in Texas. Felt pretty awesome. So that Thanksgiving came, and I spent it with my big brother right across the street. Well, he used to live across next door actually, before he sold it, before we burnt off to Arizona. And that was a good year. It was okay. Hated his wife though, man. Fucking, she's a straight bitch, bro. Like one of them women that just always has to talk shit to you when you're there, talk shit when you're not there. Oh, what are you doing, working on your car over here again? Like just like, bitch, get off my dick. Go on my brother's dick. You're his woman. Fuck out of here. And so the year before that, 2018, that's when I was still in Chicago. And I mean, clearly, right? My chick from Nebraska got me this. That was pretty nice. Yeah, that year sucked. That year sucked too, man. It was me and my mentor, and like, God bless, I had him by my side. We pretty much spent the holiday together. Did his best to coach me, you know, but you know, we're all young, dumb, full of cum, and you think you know it all. You got to go through it to grow through it and understand. The year prior to that, 2017, my ex and I were still together. My kid's mom. And, you know, spent the holidays at her parents'. And the year prior to that, we spent the holiday, once again, Thanksgiving at her parents'. Year before that, it was her parents and then mine. Like, mine was just all on the back burner. And so it's always been kind of lonesome, you know, until I met the kid's mom. And that's when I kind of started to assimilate and associate with other people. Before that, I was just kind of exploring America, kind of traveling, trying to figure out where the money's at, trying to figure out who the hell I am and what I'm doing in life. And here I am at 34 going 35 next year. Not a goddamn thing to show for it, besides this ghetto ass shack over my head with like, yeah, it's pathetic, guys. It's pathetic. And all for a woman that decided to ruin my life because she's not happy. She's not happy. And the worst part of it was when we did get into it, like, it was the first time I actually raised my voice at this woman. And actually put my hands on her shoulders and be like, would you freaking listen to me, dude? Damn. And like, that was as far as I've ever put my hands on a woman before, bro. I don't fucking throw hands at women. I don't do any of that shit. I'm gentleman for sure. And so after that, that's our big argument. Oh yeah, before I leave shit out, right? Like I'd said, like, energy was high. I was fucking flustered. And all I remember was like packing my shit. And I was like, well, fuck it then, right? So I started getting my shit out the house. And I can't remember what was going on. I think because it was cold, like the stove was open or something. So we were using that to kind of like heat the kitchen. And yep, you know where this is going. So as I'm leaving with my stuff, I freaking close the goddamn stove lid, and guess what happens? It fucking shatters. And I'm like, oh, bro, that was not supposed to happen. I didn't freaking, like, I was just like, you know, where the latch just kind of pulls it back, and you're like, all right, that should be good. But no, bro, it shattered. And she blew all that out of proportion, put it on Facebook, everything. Look what I've been dealing with. I've been dealing with this for years. When she was a stay-at-home, mind you, she was a stay-at-home. So let's go back a little bit further. I came back to Chicago in 2012. That's when I touched down back in Chicago. And after 2012, it was around my birthday, around in May, maybe a little after in June. And my buddy David, his brother Ulysses was coming back from the military, right? So they were all throwing a party. And so I was pretty stoked. I'm like, all right, cool. Ulysses coming back. I hadn't seen David in a minute. I'm like, yo, what kind of a housewarming gift should I bring, kind of thing? Housewarming gift. He's like, just bring some beer, you know? I'm like, what does he drink? He's like, bring some Dos Equis. I'm like, I got you. And so I get the Dos Equis. I go over there. And Noah, this is how I met your mama. Go up there and I see my ex-best friend and his ex there and Ariel, right? She had a crush on me back in the day. Didn't know any of that until, you know, I started dating her older sister. So I walk up to Ariel and I'm like, hey, Ariel, what's up? I'm like, who is this? Please introduce, you know? She's like, that's my older sister, Brittany. And I'm like, hey, Brittany, nice to meet you. Mucho gusto. And, you know, the rest is history after that, really. And so after that, 2012, I'm working at Caterpillar and shit, but it's just a temp. I'm trying to get hired on. And then, go figure, the company starts to relocate. So I'm like, oh, damn. Big company meeting, ended up getting not even laid off, just go back to your agency and then go ask them for what assignments they have available for you. Like, just fuck us, right? And so did that, and it was hard to kind of land, dude, not gonna lie. I was young still at the time. I was, what, 21? I'm 34 now. And it took a bit, but I landed something. I finally landed something. This was around going into late winter of 2012. And it was ups and downs, man. No relationship's perfect. No relationship's perfect. Show me a perfect relationship or a perfect marriage and I will kiss your ass. Definitely. 2013 rolls around and we got our own place. We're living and working. We're having sex. We're living the life. You know, I mean, all that crazy monkey acrobatic, not crazy sex. And then I knock her up. You know, I wanted a family. I knocked her up. And I remember I went to this event. I went to like some Yuga hoes, right? My last event to try to go top, you know, and go to an event and top, and then kind of retire from that shit and leave him behind me. Maybe teach my son or my child or whatever. So I go to the event and I am about to top, and then she hits me up like, I don't want to do this anymore, and I'm seeing somebody else. I'm like, wait, what? And by this time, I'm in Wisconsin. You know what I mean? Like, I'm in Wisconsin at the Knights Temple. Like, I'm trying to fucking top. And so I drop from the tournament. I go take my happy ass back to Chicago. And then kind of figure out what the hell's going on. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, what do you mean this is over and you're seeing somebody else? She's like, well, you left today. And my ex hit me up. And then he took me out to eat. I'm like, what? I'm like, bro, but we're together. You're pregnant with my kid. Like, the fuck? I'm like, so what are you saying? She's like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm like, we're pregnant, dude. I'm like, you can't just fucking run away like that. I'm like, well, fine. If you know what? If that's what you want, tell you what then. I'll pay for an abortion. You go your fucking way, and I'll go my way, and you'll never fucking hear from me again. She's like, I'll never have another abortion again, Nico. I never knew she did. So I was like, damn. I should have just took the bait right there, bro, and just paid for the shit, to be honest with you. But I put option B, plan B on there. I put plan B, and I was like, all right, well, look, if you don't want to do this again, well, then we're going to have to get married. I want to have a family. I want to have multiple children. And shit's going to be rough. You know, we're going to have times, months, possibly years where we don't even see eye to eye. But, you know, this is going for the greater good, for sure. And, you know, oh, okay, Nico. I'm like, bro, it's your hormones. Like, look, I'm here. Like, I'm here. Like, I'm not going to leave. Like, I'm fucking here. Like, I made a commitment, right? Like, that's what I'm a man. I stand by my word and I mean what I say and do what I mean. And so going into 2014, my son was born. Oh, Noah. And it was rough, man. Like, that winter was rough. Like, the stresses were high, dude. Lost the apartment because, you know, we were pregnant. I'm like, well, we got to start saving some money. So we got a kid coming into the world. We got to start getting a different place, a bigger place. You know, we only had a 1-bedroom at the time, and got to start saving for a house. I'm like, let's see if either my mom could let us stay, or if your kinfolk can let us stay. And mad respect to her kinfolk, bro, because they took me in. They didn't have no right to take me in. And so that was a blessing, like, for real. Like, but man, disgusting people, bro. I mean, you couldn't even see the floor. Like, it was bad. Like, let alone the kitchen. Like, holy fuck. Talk about hoarding. Like, yeah, that ain't got shit on them, bro. So nonetheless, I'm not throwing shade. Y'all know, you know, like God knows, I know, you know. So we moved back into her kinfolk and started saving money, right? And I got a very good job at the time where I was getting paid pretty good money. Stayed at the job for about 10 years. And that winter of 2014, that's when, or no, it was the winter of that 2013. I remember we were driving in the Eagle Talon and she was saying some stupid shit, bro, pissing me off. And it was snowy and shit outside. So I pull off to the side of the road and just fucking try to, not brake check, but freaking try to get the brakes. And like, I'm sliding shit and almost hit a fence, but like, pretty good driver over here. But just frustrated, like, can you shut the up, please? Trying to drive. Really appreciate it. Like, god dang, bro. And so just little shit like that, I'm sure rubbed her the wrong way. Like, but regardless, man, like I'm carrying a lot of weight too. And so that 2014 comes around, Noah's born, and I'm working my tail off. I get my girl another car. And then a couple months later, bro, she wrecks the car. Literally gets T-bone, not even T-bone, my bad. She gets a head-on collision. Head-on collision. Luckily, she just dropped our son off at school, so, or daycare. So I was terrified, dude, because I couldn't even tell what the hell car or what that was. I'm like, damn, that thing is fucked. And I'm like, wait a minute. Oh, fuck, that's my car. I'm like, oh, shit. Like, so I call my lady. I'm like, hey, are you okay? I'm like, is Noah with you? I'm like, the fuck's going on? And so the car was totaled. She was like, she just crossed the yellow light, and then somebody, I can't fucking remember the details. But yeah, that was the 2014. And then going into 2015, we got a place, like it was, or no, that 2015, I just got my SRT4 Neon, and we moved out to a different apartment. Ironically too, check this out. The apartment I ended up moving into was the exact same apartment building and the exact same apartment that my mother had taken care of us when we were children. Like, you can't make this up, dude. I was like, whoa, dude, no fucking way. And so we stayed there for a bit. Then I got my dream car, my Neon SRT, and started making progress. I'm like, damn, all right, cool. Like, that snowball effect, you know what I mean? Like, as soon as you start gaining momentum, you're like, bro, I could do anything now. I got my drink, I got my place, I got my girl, I got my kid, I got my electronics, like, I'm making moves. I got her a new car, I got me, not new car, but I got me my dream car. And, you know, life was good. And, yeah, so that 2015, 2016 came around. And by this time, my lady's a stay-at-home. You know, we got, at the time, what was it? She got benefits for Noah, for the SNAP shit, for formula and all that kind of bullshit, which was definitely a blessing when you need that stuff, for sure. And then the SNAP card for food benefits and shit. And, you know, she was pretty humble with it because I made good money. And she's like, babe, I don't want to use these food stamps and all that shit no more. We really don't need it. We could use it, but we don't need it. I'm like, well, we kind of do off one income. Not gonna lie, we kind of do off one income. Because if I had to support the rest of that, there's no way this outcome, my income can stretch all that outcome. There's really not, unless, hear me out, we move back in with your parents. Unless I get another job, or you get another job, or you get a job. And she didn't want a job at this time, guys. She was like, no, because Noah, and I'm scared of him going with other people. And I didn't care about that. Like, I was like, okay, I got your back. To be fair, I wanted her to be a stay-at-home. Like, I didn't want anybody else messing and putting shit in my son's head but his mom and me. And like the people I cared about most that had the privilege to be around my children and my family. And so we ended up moving back in with her parents. And that was just like maybe for a year again. God damn, felt like an eternity though. Good people though, man. They have good hearts, but they just stab you in the back. Those Christians that are like, if you don't leave him, you're going to be miserable just like me and your dad. And so, yeah, those people. And so, yeah. Ended up moving out, got this kick-ass spot, man. It was kick fucking ass. It was 2-bedroom upstairs, 1 bath, and it had the same floor plan as the basement. And it wasn't a finished basement, but it was pretty, like, practically a fucking 4-bedroom. It was pretty dope. Pretty dope. At the time, it was what? God bless, how much was that at the time? I think it was like $925 or like $950 or something like that. if I remember correctly. Or maybe it was like $8.75 and then they raised it. I can't remember. It's been quite some time. But I remember vividly loving that fucking place. I'm like, damn, we made it. I'm like, we're gonna stay here for a few years and it'll give us enough time to save up some coin, and then we're gonna buy a house. And we did it. Like we did it. Like my car's paid off. You can get the dream car that you want. Like I finally got money for that shit. So all right, so let me slow down. So that was going in 2015. And then 2016, right? 2016, we ended up flying out here to Texas to go see my granny and my granddad, because my granny at the time, she had stage 3 breast cancer. And I mean, it was devastating. I didn't never seen granny like that. I mean, straight up bald, fingernails and stuff were all black. And even my son was like behind me and stuff, like scared. And I'm like, mijo, it's okay. Like, it's okay. It's granny. It's okay. It's family. And he was just scared. And I don't blame him. Like, granny looked kind of fucking scary, bro. But God bless, she beat the hell out of that. Full recovery, for sure. And God bless to that. Very grateful. And so the ultimate goal was to have Brittany meet Granny and Granddad. You know, hey, this is the woman I'm going to marry. Meet my brother, meet his wife, meet his kids, and kind of generally see what Texas is about, you know, because this is God's country. This is where I wanted to move. This is where I wanted to live. Most of my kinfolk are down here. And so at this point, we see Granny, Granddad. Oh, and my mom came with us. She drove. I wanted to take my car, my dream car, so I could show my brother and shit and just kind of get some clout and make good timing. Anyways, that's a story for a different time. Anyways, didn't end up, you know, working out in the long run. Came back from Texas, and then I was, 2016, going into 2017. Things were getting rocky, man. I'm working a lot. I mean, I'm working a lot. I'm gone from 6 in the morning until about 6 in the evening. And at this time, my lady, my ex, it was actually when we came back from Texas, and it was going into that winter. And I remember she was like, hey, babe, my auntie's got a job. She got a job for me. If all I have to do is get a laptop, and I can start work come Monday, working from home and all this other stuff, and she's gonna be getting paid good money. And she's like, I need you to go get me a computer. And I'm like, all right, cool. I'll go buy you one right now. So I went down the road, got her a new laptop, and you know, came back home, and everything was set up. And so here we start getting into the fray. And so that was the eclipse of that 2016 year going into 2017. And then 2017 rolls around, and I'm still busting ass, dude. Like, I'm busting ass at work. I'm doing warehouse shit, machine operating, bending over backwards, 6 to 6, just making good money. Like, I'm making good money, making a living. I'm doing Monday through Saturday, you know, and I'm just grinding. And every time I would come home, house is a fucking mess. Son, I still got to pick my son up from daycare because apparently she didn't, at this point, she really didn't want, Noah was old enough, in her opinion, to go to daycare. I didn't want to fucking pay $900 extra a month for daycare, but she was so busy at work at home on this fucking laptop, just so fucking busy, where nothing's clean, nothing's fucking cooked. Like, I'm coming home frustrated, like, Ninja, how is it that you work at home all day? The house is still a fucking mess. Ain't nothing fucking done, no food's done, no nothing. And Noah and I just looking at each other like, son, you were better off just staying here. It looked the same anyways. I don't know what her excuse is. And I remember going on late into that year, right? And yeah, I'm sure that rubbed her the wrong way, but I mean, facts are facts, right? It's not that hard to be a homekeeper. I do all that shit all the time anyways. So, like, really though? But I remember it put a bug in her ear, and I didn't think she would take it to heart, but it is what it is, right? I remember seeing one of her first checks. And I'm like, dang. I'm like, bro, I'm like, you make a little more than me a week. I'm like, that's crazy. You don't even need me no more. Shit. And, right? And just kind of pushing buttons and shit. Good banter. And then a little after that, going in 2017, apparently her eldest brother's a pedophile. That's right, Patrick. You a fucking pedophile because you actually accepted that from the court. You're convicted of it, right? So yeah, you a pedophile. You bitch ass motherfucker. So she decides to let this motherfucker come live at my place. In the basement, mind you. In the fucking basement. that rubbed me the wrong way. I don't give a, oh, and his excuse was, right, I can't remember. He was like in his 20s or something at the time, and she was a young teenager. And for his defense, she was very developed. Very developed. I mean, what have you, sure. But apparently they got popped at a park trying to do the nasty. He had ID and she didn't, but whatever, that's a story for another day. And so this pedophile starts living over here, bro, and starts contradicting shit and trying to be the man of my house. And that's when I tell my lady at the time, I'm like, yo, your brother's gotta go. Like, I'm not letting a fucking pedophile stay at the house with my damn son. And I don't give a fuck if he's your brother or not. That is disgusting. I don't care if it didn't work out how you said that it happened. Don't care. Don't care at all. Don't care. I mean, go have him stay at a fucking halfway house for all I care. I don't care. I don't care, bro. You're a fucking pedo. Did you or did you not sign on the line and take that agreement? Okay, then you're a pedo by the court of law. So this dude wants to throw hands because I call him a pedo. Did you, right? In the first, the go figure, right? The holy man, the take the church, get out of jail free card holy man wants to first throw hands. Sure, let's go, dog. Let's go. Throw them hands, ninja. I'm gonna call them laws and get you sent right back to fucking prison, bro. Do it. Do it. And so what happens after that? Brittany calls her mom. What happens after that? Brittany's mom calls the police. Kicks me out of my house. And now I got a pedophile living at my house with my son. Disgusting, bro. Fucking disgusting. And then this fucking bitch of an ex-mother-in-law switches up like that. And you know the irony of it? Everybody, my whole family side on my mom's side, threw a badass baby, like the first biggest baby shower I've ever seen. Like, of course, right? This is my first kid, but it was for my wife. Whatever. She doesn't have the honor to be called a wife. Bet you that dumbass bitch married now. Of course she is. I had her first. Remember, it's not yours, it's ours. The Y is silent. So after that, man, I just picked up another job. Worked pretty much 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. And then my next job was from 7 o'clock at night until fucking 12 in the morning. Then I had to get up again at fucking 4 o'clock in the morning, clock in and work at 6 and do it all over again. And I did that for about 2 years. From 17, 18, 2019, yeah. Because after that, that's when our separation started. That's when we separated. And I turned into a bitch, bro. Like, I was devastated. I'm like, please take me back. I want to come home. Like, I miss putting Noah to bed. I miss sleeping with my son. Like, I miss the little things, right? And she's like, I remember the argument like it was yesterday. I still remember the fight. Like, when I was yelling at her and I broke the fucking stove. Yeah, I didn't throw hands at her, fucking choke her out. Nothing, bro. Nothing like that. Nothing like that. Nothing like that at all, bro. And so during that time, I was staying at, ironically, bro, like another one of these weird series of, not unfortunate events, but like, I don't know what you call it. Out of all the places in the world, I end up finding a place literally a block down from where my mentor stays. Literally the block right here, and then my mentor's here, across the street, and I'm literally a few houses down in the back. Kind of like this, but it was one of the first houses. Pretty cool spot. I really loved that spot. It was cute as fuck. And so I was lost, dude. I was lost and just worked my ass off. Worked my fucking ass off to try to stop from thinking about her and my son and like how to get out of this mess and like what am I doing with my life? I just wasted all my 20s, like the fuck? And so at this point in time, like I didn't see my son for like 2-3 weeks because I didn't have anywhere to stay. I was staying at my guy's house for a week, and then kind of car surfing around in my car, trying to find spots to fucking just, chill out for the night after work and go to the park. And, people the cops knock on the window in my car while I'm at the park at night. I'm like, hey, you got to get the fuck out of here, bro. You can't be sleeping out here. I'm like, all right, my apologies, good sir. I'm out of here. Take the neon elsewhere. Fucking carbon fiber hood, orange car, black wheels, loud as hell, So I'm like, God bless, dude. And then that's when I found the spot down the street from my mentor. And so I hit up the kid's mom. I'm like, hey, I got a spot, can I see Noah? Can I meet you? Can I pick him up from school? And this is the worst part. I have to ask permission, bro, to go see my son. Like, your dead eggs couldn't do nothing without my spark of life. Period. And so I had to come down to a bitch level and ask if I can go see my son. Can I please see my son? Can I take my son to the park? Like, bro, it was so emasculating. So emasculating. And then my mentor was like, it's over, man. Like, it's over. If she loved you, you would have been home instead of over here with me drinking a beer, talking about how you miss her and your kid. So what I suggest your dumbass does is you start paying her about, or what did you say? It was like 20% of the time, right? It's 20% for one kid of your income in a freaking money order. Write it to that bitch and keep that receipt, because when she does, not if, when she takes you to court, you'll have all that shit and you'll be good, because she's gonna file for back pay and you're fucked, kid. Like, you're fucked. I tried telling you this, but your kids never fucking listen. And fair enough to mentor, right? I did heed advice, but as a man, you have to do what you do that you know that's right in your heart. So at the end of the day, I could sleep at night knowing I did everything I knew was right, you know? And so at that point, after every bridge was crossed, I'm like, well, shit, this dude might have been fucking right. But yeah, no, I ended up doing what he said, for sure, to kind of cover my own ass. And that winter of 2017, bro, I just stayed at my own place. It was pretty rough. It was solo that year because she had him that year for the holidays. So I was like, what else can I do? I already lost pretty much everything at this point. I have no say-so at all. Sure. Keep our son for the holidays. That's great. Okay. And so 2018 rolls around and like nothing's really changing. And it's around her birthday, you know, in April, she starts coming around. You know, we start spending time together. I really thought it was going to work. We started spending time together. She comes over. She starts sleeping over at the place. Like, we're having sex. Like, and then I remember my landlord at the time, Jim and Dave, man. I fucking miss you guys so much. Freaking Dave. He was like, damn, dude, good job, man. You back in the saddle, huh? He's like, I see you're coming over all the time. All right. He's like, when you going back? I'm like, I don't know, man. Every time I try to bring it up, she just, like, right, like, just, you know, right off the, anyway, right? So I'm like, and then when I kind of do finally break through, she's like, I still remember the fight like it was yesterday. I'm like, Brittany, it's been 2 fucking years. It's been 2 years. And so going into 2018, I'm just still working my ass off. And then I get my son for not that Thanksgiving, but I got him for that Christmas. And it was pretty hard. I got the Switch that year, and for Noah and shit. And, you know, something we can kind of connect with, and trying to teach him and growing as a man, you know, seeing things differently, looking through hindsight. And I remember that's when I dropped him off to his mom. And I remember Noah was saying something about, I can't remember what her name, like Melanie or Melody, some shit like that. Like, mom met her at the church and mom and her are kissing and all this shit. And then I go drop Noah off to his mom, and she's in the fucking Jeep I bought her, bitch ass. And that dyke is in the passenger seat, man. And I'm just like, wow, what a holy person you are. What a very, very holy Christian you are. Wow. Such a beautiful, beautiful morals you're teaching our son. I can't believe how prosperous and moral that you actually, moral, is that a word? Owning it. That you are. Kind of hurts a little bit looking back on all that. But so after that, it was the winter of 2018. That's when the polar vortex came. -55 below zero. You could throw a pot of boiling water in the air, boy. It wouldn't even touch the ground. It would all turn to vapor. It was insane. And so after that, man, I tried one last time. I'm like, I want to come home. And this was on that Christmas after giving Noah back. And she's like, I don't want to. I don't want you to come back home. I don't love you anymore. I don't want to be with you. And I put you on government assistance. At that time, I didn't know what the fuck it meant. And then I get a voicemail from her. I don't know if it was a butt dial or something. And it was the dyke in the passenger seat. You told him government assistance. I told you that we put him on child support. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. And I'm just sitting there listening to the voicemail. And I know it had to be intentional, right? Clearly. And I'm just like, I had to pick my jaw off the floor, bro. I'm like, what? Like, bro, you said, I remember my ex telling me that she would, of course they all say that, I would never do that to you. That ruined my uncle's life. I would never do that to you. In the quick she did, and filed for back pay. That's how this fucking settlement that I just got for this car accident, child support just took that $4,400. The other $6,000 went to go pay off the car, sure, but I'm literally $0 and 0 cents in my bank, and $0 and 0 cents to my name. No fucking car. I'm literally in a fucking shack in the back of my granddad's property with no fucking heat, bro. No fucking cold air. Just living like a goddamn dog. Humbles the fuck out you. So we're doing a hard reset, ladies and gentlemen. And what is the moral of this? What is the moral of all this? You know what? Pick your poison wisely. Pick your poison wisely, because what happens stays with you and is embedded in that memory. And it's up to us to become better men. If I knew what I knew now back then, honestly, I don't think I'd change it. I love my son. Granted, I don't get to see him. She alienated the fuck out of me. Can you guys find her and find my son and actually tell them this? And find the public records. Like, she filed for child support before I left to Texas, period. I touched down in Texas in 2019. She filed in 2018. She's going to say, well, because you left to Texas, I had to fend for myself. Nah, bro, you were fending for yourself when I left the place and you wouldn't let me back in. Said, done, period, on God, right hand to God. Because I'm an actual Christian. Whatever the hell that means. I actually have morals and dignity and respect to those that are fucking greater than me and actually my elders and the people I associate with. But if you're here illegally, you need to go back to the hellhole you came from. Here goes to another segue. All these asylumees, asylum seekers, all you illegals, y'all need to go, bro. Like, you guys need to go. We need to get our country back in order first. Here's a perfect example. When I was in West Chicago and I was grinding at my first gig, we had multiple refugees there, bro. All from the Middle East, mind you. Go fucking figure, right? Because we terrorized their country for 20 years. And I asked them, bro, I'm like, why come to the country that bombed the hell out of you guys? Why? Makes no sense. I would think you guys would hate us. And they do. But here's the kicker. Well, we get free food stamps. We get free unemployment if need be, but they're working, so they got the fucking job initiative. Not only that, they get free housing, more free supplements. You can't make this up. My dog needs to go outside. So, I'm going to wrap this up. Peace, love, and hair grease. I'm going to catch you guys next time. Got the job. Start tomorrow. And this is the next step into the biggest step of another career path, because I'm going back into Turner Wrench, not doing no warehouse shit no more. All you guys are being replaced by AI in the next, what did they say we have? 900 days? If that. And AI come next year is going to be replacing all mid-tier white collar. And then what? Forklifting, picking, packing. You guys have like another year or two. If that. Anything that uses dexterity with your hands, we at least got like, I don't know, I'd say 5 to 10. We got about 5 to 10 years to get our shit together before you're going to be living like this in a pod and just be used as a goddamn battery and eating the cricket paste, you know, and you will own nothing and you will be happy. But it's been a struggle, guys. It really has. It's been a beautiful time when my lady came down to see me from Nebraska. Embarrassing as fuck. She actually stayed with me in this. Yeah, believe it or not. And we just got into it the other day, man. I was drunk as shit, and I was frustrated and took shit out on her because, you know, situation that I had no control over. We made it through though, man. But like, yeah, she gave me this hat, bro. She bought me some fucking Switch games. Got me this badass blanket, man. She treats me right, and she got me the kick-ass Post Malone shit. Like I love her to death, man. I really, really do. I just feel so much less of a man. Like I can't fucking provide how I used to, man. I used to have my own car, my own place, my own job. Fucking, I was starting my own business. And now I'm literally no job, no car, no house, no business, no money. Like, but for some reason, she's sticking by me for now. For now. We'll see how that goes. I'm going, Nala. I'm going, mama. But that's it for now, guys. Peace, love, and hair grease. I got to take pretty girl outside. I'll talk to you guys in the next time. Peace.